What's going on, everybody? Devil's Advocate here. I promise at some point I'm going to get this lighting thing situated because I swear, I record these videos and I look back on them and I see some people's videos on YouTube and they're amazing, but they got the exact same equipment that I got, but my videos are still grainy as hell. I'll figure it out. I promise you I'll figure it out. But anyways, I wanted to talk about compliance. Compliance and social engineering. The one thing that I find very interesting. So, for those who don't know, one of my first college degrees was in psychology. Right? Pardon me. One of my first college degrees was in psychology. How the mind works, and why people do what they do. And then I had some further education in abnormal psychology. But that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is the reason I'm even pointing that out is because when I see certain things, I naturally gravitate to thinking and analyzing on why people do what they do and why they say what they say and why they think how they think. All right. So there was a famous individual. God, I don't want to say a name because there's a name on my brain, but I don't want to say the name because it could be wrong. But there's a famous person who said, a person is smart. People are dumb. And that is so true. That is so true. The group think, the horde think mentality, it's very unique and very interesting to follow. So I'm sitting there, on social media, and I look at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and everything like that. And I'm starting to see this trend where people are getting more and more comfortable with censorship. And I'm like, wow, people are not complaining about this anymore. It's almost like when I said before, well, the coins were, due to the pandemic, we have a shortage of coins. Coins are nowhere to be seen anymore. And nobody's asking any questions about these damn coins. Nobody's asking any questions. Because people just said, yeah, whatever. I can live without it. So they move on. And then the censorship on social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, same thing. The censorship happens. It's even gotten to the point where mainstream media segments that talk negatively about Biden's administration or positively of things in regard that there's proof of voter fraud, those mainstream snippets are getting pulled down off of YouTube and they're getting censored off of mainstream media. There is a blatant effort to shield your eyes from seeing certain information. And I'm saying, how is anybody comfortable with that? I don't care what political side you represent. How is anybody comfortable with that? I guess the catch-22 of that is that the silver lining is that alternative media is just taking off. Like, people who will report things the way they're supposed to be reported, they're getting a lot of traction, so good for them. But I'm still concerned because there's still a portion of people out there who are completely complacent and compliant with allowing people superior to them, quote unquote, superior to them, to just manage their lives, manage their existence, manage what they can see, manage what they can do. And then out of fear of censorship, persecution, retaliation, they will literally avoid saying certain things or doing certain things. That's why I won't do that. I'm going to say whatever the hell I'm going to say. If I get banned, I get banned. If I can get my point across and avoid the algorithm, I'll do that. But I'm not just going to not say something because I'm worried about being censored. You can't, that's what happens. That's how people get overrun. That's how people get controlled. Because in the back of your mind, you know something's wrong, but you're too chicken shit to say anything about it or do anything about it. So there has to be the handful of people who are willing to stand up or sit up or speak out or voice out or whatever the case may be. Because generally, you have a handful of leaders out there who are going to do what needs to be done, and then other people will follow. Most people are followers. Most people are sheep. That's just a fact. Most people are sheep. You know, they just they just want to live life undisturbed. You know, just let me live my existence. Da, da, da. And you know, part of me understands that mindset. Part of me understands it. But I start thinking about my kids. I start thinking about my kids and their kids' kids. And the things that I know that some people in power are trying to achieve. I was like, I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my kids. Even if we push back long enough so that it doesn't affect me directly in my lifetime, I don't want to sit there and just allow this this tiptoe progression of watching our freedom slip away. Because that's what's happening. That's what they're trying to push. And I got a whole video I'm going to do about that. There's a lot of papers done by the Rockefeller Corporation, done by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, done by the Clinton Foundation. All these people communicate with each other, and they all have these plans in order to do a step progression into a one world government. And the thing is, back in like 2010, 11, 12, somewhere around there, I saw evidence of this rising back then. But I wouldn't pay attention to politics at all. I was more of like a science nerd, right? So I kind of pay attention to everything from that standpoint. And that's kind of how it got on my radar. And at the time, I was like, you know what? That sounds okay. That sounds okay. Why not just have peace, love, and harmony? All countries come together and the whole world is just ruled by one government. We're all, get along and travel wherever we want. And I was like, but that was a pipe dream. That was me living with my head in the clouds, because as I got older and I started thinking about it more, I was like, that's not how any of that stuff ever happens. It sounds good. It sounds like a step in future progression for mankind and humanity, but it's not. Because all you get is a smaller group of people in control over more territory. And I'm like, that's how that stuff always pans out. That's not good. And that's when I started realizing, like, nope. Us being fucking laying in bed with China, trying to get, more, good things come out of China. We should work with China, and, they got some good ideas, and maybe we could adopt some of their good ideas here in America. Like, no, I'm good. I listen to the CCP talk behind closed doors. People are wicked. They are wicked. And I think the sad part is the stuff that they're trying to push over here, and the people who are willing to sell us out to let that stuff come over here, they don't have to worry about the firsthand consequences of allowing that stuff to come here, because they're rich and powerful, right? They're good. They're exempt. But the people who support the individuals who would allow that stuff to come over here, they don't understand how people in China live. All that stuff, like I said it before, all that stuff that all these extremists do out in the street will get you killed in China. You'll get executed. A lot of people are like, that kind of stuff wouldn't come over here. Right. It wouldn't come over here as long as we protect it. But if you keep endorsing people and supporting people who are okay with selling us out, It will make its way over here. And then it'll be back just like what I said before. You'll be asking yourself, how the hell did we end up in this position? Because you allowed it. Because you allowed it. Compliance. Compliance. And like I said, this whole COVID-19 thing, it's a compliance test. It's a compliance test. It's just to see how much you're willing to deal with and how far they can push the envelope before you say enough's enough. And some of you are never going to say enough's enough. You're just going to keep rolling over on your back until you've lost everything. Which is why I'm in such strong support of these red states that say, you know what? I don't care if Biden gets in the office and does a nationwide lockdown. We're not doing that shit. Good. Thank God that somebody has enough sense to reject those ideas, especially when we got a laundry list of doctors who have come out now and said that these lockdowns are not conducive for either A, containing the spread, or B, trying to mitigate anything. It's not doing anything. It's killing people. That's all it's doing. And some people are like, yeah, let's do the more. We need to do more mandated lockdowns. I'm like, what is it? There's got to be some personal gain or some kind of personal motivation in there. It's like, are you still at home doing your job from your house in your pajamas all day? And now that's what you're comfortable doing? And you don't like the idea of actually having to put some work clothes and work attire back on and actually getting out of your house and doing your damn job like a regular human being? Is that what it is? I got a feeling that's what it is for some of these people. That they haven't lost their job yet, that they've been authorized to telework, and now they're in this comfort zone of just staying at home and not doing a damn thing and working on their own time. That's selfish. Especially for people who have children. Your children aren't learning a damn thing like that. Teleworking or teleschooling or whatever the hell you might want to call it, it's terrible. It's terrible. I remember seeing it here. I'm like, these kids aren't learning a thing. And on top of that, a parent generally has to be home to micromanage that child. That parent can't even go to work. I just wish people had more sense. I wish people had more sense. So that's why I was like, you know what? That's why, you could call the president, whatever you want to call him. I am 100% endorsing him getting back in office because at least some of the stuff that he's trying to do makes some damn sense. Get the kids back in school. Get people back to work. I got vaccines. I got virus. I got vaccines. I got therapeutics. If you need them, we got them. If you don't care, you don't care. Fine. Whatever. But I'm not going to make you do anything. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I don't understand the extremists who said, like, oh, yeah, we need to have everybody locked down. There's house, telework, nobody goes anywhere. It's a virus. I already told you why mask wearing is so ridiculous in the first place. Not to mention that most of the people don't wear them right. Your eyes and your ears are completely exposed. Like, I don't know how I got the virus. Because if the motherfucker is airborne, it's going through your damn eyes, especially if somebody cough and sneeze in your direction. Unless you're walking around with a freaking, your whole head saran wrapped or something, man, you gonna get it. Just catch the shit and move on. If you're gonna get it, just get it. If you're scared, get a damn vaccine. If not, just shut the hell up. Quit trying to have everybody else shut their damn life down because you're scared of a virus that is not even nearly as lethal as a damn seasonal flu. That's why I don't understand. We do all this. Because you remember, all of this stuff initially was put in place because the World Health Organization, Dr. Fauci and crew projected that COVID-19 was supposed to be 10 times more lethal than the seasonal flu. That's what that was supposed to be. But guess what? They couldn't achieve those numbers. They couldn't achieve those death tolls. So they had to manufacture death tolls. That 240, 260,000 deaths, that shit ain't real. That's just not real. All you gotta do is pull up the damn Excel spreadsheet and go through those damn death certificates yourself. And you start realizing that it is a big ass hoax. Like I said, I'm not saying that the virus is not real. But the way that they have fear-mongered it onto the American population is a hoax. And guess what Donald Trump is? Guess what? He can't argue it. He's in a tight position. He has to just roll with the punches. Because guess what? Every time he did try to combat the experts who were blatantly wrong several times over, he got ostracized for that. So, you can't blame him for any of this stuff. People want to. People want to blame everything on him. But guess what? He's one man, and that's irrational. It was funny. Before we even went to lockdown, I told everybody what they should do because there were doctors that were talking about this virus on the scene back in December 2019, right? COVID-19. And they said that if we got a couple of people that are sick with seemed like a new virus, but they recover from it relatively quickly. It seems to be flu-like, but not quite as serious as the flu. As long as they stay well hydrated, get vitamin D, get vitamin C, and you treat them like you would as if they had any other illness, most of our patients are having a quick turnaround. So right off the rip, I wasn't even worried about it. I think I said that in one of my first videos. I wasn't even worried about it. Because there were doctors on the scene that were already talking about it before these freaking nationwide lockdowns even took place. And how it wasn't a big deal. But guess what? Certain people wanted to make it a big deal. The World Health Organization wanted to make it a big deal. But anyways, I'm done. I derailed again. Compliance. Stop complying. Use your brain. Think about what the hell is going on. Think about the people who are mandating these lockdowns. The whole reason I got started on all this is because the holidays are coming up. And these jerks are trying to cancel holidays now. And they won't think of doing such things for themselves. But they will do it to you all day. You know why? Because some of you are just too damn compliant. You just go along with it. Oh, okay, they said I can only have 10 people in my house and we got to be socially distanced for Thanksgiving and no more than individuals from more than 3 households. Okay, well, it was nice seeing you guys. Maybe next year all this will be hashed out. Guess what? It won't be. It'll be worse. But I already know I'm in a position where I'm just going to have to sit there and be like, I told you so. I told you so. What did I say before? Just let my ass make it let me get to a red state so I could just chill out. I just want give me to Florida. Just give me to Florida, Lord. Just give me to Florida. So I'll chill out. I'll be rolling with Governor DeSantis. It's so funny because he took so much static, right? And then he's good to go. He's good to go. Why can't everybody else follow that? My whole family's in Florida. Half my family's in Florida. They got no problems down there. So everything that we got an outbreak, we got to spread, we got more positive cases than ever before. Who cares? I don't give a damn about no positive case. What's the fatality rate? What's the death toll? And don't give me no tested positive for COVID-19 and had a freaking heart attack. That shit don't count. Don't give me no tested positive for COVID-19 but came in through the ER door with freaking suffering from a heroin overdose. That shit don't count. But guess what? It's being tallied up as counting, whether you know that or not. Whether you know that or not. I'm not making any of this stuff up. And what's funny is that people will sit there and watch this video and they'll be like, he's making that stuff up. When all you got to do is do a little bit of research and you'll find out. It is what it is. The American people have been bamboozled. 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 If it wasn't COVID-19, it was a police shooting of a unarmed black man. COVID-19, police shooting, black man. COVID-19, police shooting, black man. COVID-19, police shooting, but all they did, they teeter-totted that the whole fucking year. The timing was too perfect. Everything was engineered. If you're sitting there this whole 2020 like, oh, 2020 has been the weirdest, strangest year ever. Yes, it has been because everything has been manufactured. And that's what I wanted to put on a t-shirt. 2020. Manufactured. Manufactured. I said, well, how do you George Floyd, da-da-da-da-da. Let me tell you something. I'm going to quit. We're in an age where everybody has a cell phone. Some type of recording device. The stuff that happens, like what happened to George Floyd, happens all the time. And media outlets receive information all the time. And then they just cherry pick which one they're going to use and when they're going to use it. It's like, okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. We're going to use this one right here. We're going to chop this, roll it. Just roll it. You think it's just sheer coincidence that when you see something tragic on TV, that a good portion of the context of that video is just magically missing? No, it's manufactured. It's on purpose. So, all right, we're going to get everybody up in arms. We're going to get everybody emotionally riled up. And then we're going to contact George Soros. And he's going to get all of his charter buses with all of his BLM supporters out there to the scene. And then once they're out there, we're going to have some Antifa agitators come out there. And then we're going to get these riots going. Oh, you know what? All we got to do is just light the spark. And the rest will just take care of itself, okay? So just get the protesters out there. Get Antifa out there. Antifa's they're going to do their thing. They're going to go throw some bricks and shit like that. And then they're going to get the party started. Once they get the party started, we'll be good to go. It's like clockwork. It's such a clockwork execution that by now, if you have any type of basic observation skills, you should be able to see all these things play out before they even happen. But anyways, I'm done. I'm done. All right. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Always, as always, take care of yourself. Be smart. Use your brain. Stay safe. Peace.